Hey, Shalom. First of all, let's give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kwakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. When they give it up honor to the apostles of great millstone who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, the video is edifying. Lord, I can get something from this video. Quick video. I had made a video yesterday going into First Maccabees. The first chapter with Antiochus and the wicked things he was doing, and I just wanted to add basically a little bit more, being that I'm on that topic and I'm actually reading that now. I just wanted to go into how wicked, how wicked these nations are, and how wicked Esau is. And you got to understand, this man doesn't have a lick of righteousness. He doesn't have a it's not, scripture say the spirit is not upright in him, these dudes are they are, devils, man. They are, deceivers. They'll get rape, rob, and murder. They'll kill, they'll steal, they'll destroy. It's nothing that they want to do, to force their agenda. Okay. And, the world is, they got the world fooled and got the world blind to their ways. You got to understand, like, when you go into the history of like the elites in these, top societies and, or top families that run a society, right? And you go into like their rituals and shit like that and the things that they believe in, you start to see that these motherfuckers is not right mentally. You know what I mean? They're not, and they don't do things. They don't live how we live, and they don't do things how we do things, right? They do the unthinkable. I know a couple years ago, bros was getting heavy, and we still talk about, adrenochrome and all that. But I remember, like, a couple years ago, it was like heavy. Bros was talking about it, you know what I mean? And, that might have been the first time the world has heard about adrenochrome and actually, understood what it was and understood how it was made and, where it came from and how these motherfuckers was getting it. And when you go into like Freemasons and you go into, their practices, right? Shit like when you start viewing it, and whether you like watching the New World, Open World Forum, right? Or you watching certain interviews, right? And you hear like shit like the Pizzagate or, things that, they say and they speak in code, you are able to identify what's really going on. Okay, look at the hand signals, right? Look at all this, right? That's that right there. The average person, don't think anything of it, but these motherfuckers they live in a coded society, and they're big on numerology, right? I came across a video where they do rituals, like the Freemasons, right? They have that black and white checkerboarded floor, you know what I mean? Which I think represents 11, if I'm not mistaken. But everything that they do is all like aligned with some, with some type of devil worshiping practice. Okay, and this is the vibration that they have pushed on the world, man. Okay. I mean, that's what it is, right? And, the men of the Lord is the only ones that have that, the only light in the world. That's why it says what? We are illuminated, man. Okay? When you receive this truth, you become illuminated. You become, light in the midst of darkness. The world is dark, okay? And that vibration is being pushed out through the four corners of the earth, right? And the main pusher is America, man. That's why when you go to Psalms 58:3, it talks about the poison, right, being spread, okay? The influence of wickedness, their philosophies, their way of living, their thoughts, right? How they think women should be, how they think men should be, how they think, the society should be ran, right? All this is contrary against the scriptures, okay? But they don't give a fuck. But it's gonna come a time where, they're gonna have to pay for it, okay? This is Proverbs 4. I started at 12. It says, "When thou goest, thy steps shall be straightened, and when thou goest, thy steps shall not be straightened. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life, right? And it's talking about wisdom, talking about this truth, right? And, in order to survive in this world and, have this truth and have a mind to be right or try to get right, you got to have wisdom, right? You have to, okay? The world lacks wisdom, okay? That's why they don't fear the Lord, okay? The world lacks wisdom. That's why they don't fear the Lord. Okay, it says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. And the scripture that pop up in my mind is what? Don't follow a multitude to do evil. Okay? It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief. Right? The wicked doesn't sleep unless they have done mischief. Okay? All right, let's go to Proverbs 4. In a blue letter. All right, quick. Let's get that 16. Let's get that word for mischief right quick. Let's see, what is it talking about? Mischief. What is it? Ra'ah. Okay. It says to be bad, to be bad, be evil. To be displeasing, to be sad, to be injurious, be evil. To be wicked, be evil. To do an injury or hurt, to do evil or wickedly mischief, right? To break, broken, to be broken broken in pieces, be broken asunder. All right, but the point was what? To be injurious, to be evil, to be wicked, okay? And that's what they are, right? Okay, it says, and with that last video that I did, when Antiochus, going into Antiochus, you start seeing, examples of the mischief and examples of how they get down, man. Okay. It says, I should say Antiochus. It's 17. It says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. All right. And that's why the world is in the case that it's in. Right. Because what? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. If you look at America and you look at the society that's being, how can I call it? That's being upholded, right, by not only Americans, but people across the four corners of the earth thinking that this place is the place to be, right? If you look at it, right, and you really just look at the history and look at what it produces as far as people, as far as philosophy, as far as whatever, right, all of it boils down to wickedness, okay? All of it boils down to wickedness, okay? And people, rush over here and run over here and die trying to get over here so that, they can really, live it up and do what they would do and do what they want to do. I said this story before. I had met a woman from she was from Israel, man. And she might have been an MB because she looked light-skinned and she talked like a MB, but they were speaking, like Arabic or whatever. And her and her sister, and she had the fake ass, fake lips, right? The plastic surgery and all that shit, right? And I just asked her, I'm like, hey, what's the main difference between America and Israel? And she was like, well, America, I'm a little bit more free as far as like doing what I want to do. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, like I can't really basically parade herself around in Israel like she can in America. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, damn, and I just look like, damn, this is what it is. Right? This is what it is. And this place allows women to do that when scriptures clearly say that women should be in order and men should be in order. But this place, allows you, right, to do as thou wilt, because that's the spirit of this place. But guess what? That's going to lead to your demise. Okay? Let me go here. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 2:1. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious. And in the death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Let me jump down to 4. It says, our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof. Okay? Let me jump down. It says, well, I'll go to 5. It says, for our time is a very short. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. And, what spirit is this pushing? What's pushing that yellow spirit? So that you got people that say, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, how I want to do it, and because you only live once, so you have that, right? So when you have that type of spirit being, the forefront, right, then you have a lawless society. You have a moralist society. There's no such thing as morality, right? Because these people don't fear anything. They don't fear shit, man. They don't think that they're going to be punished because the spirit is out there, like, to where, like, these people don't even believe that it's consequences for their actions, that the Lord is not going to visit them for their actions, but indeed you will be visited. Okay, it's Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us without offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. And, the men of the Lord, Lowell and one of those men, are offensive to the elite of this society, right? Which that's where this mindset is coming from, is the elite. All right, it's like, damn, like, because we got their number. We got their number, and we are exposing, different things that they do. Okay. 13, it says, he professed to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he called himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion, and our ways are of another fashion. A, because we fear the Lord, and B, we're getting back to our heritage, man. Okay, it says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his father. And guess what? When you go to First Maccabees, the 2nd chapter, right? When they were trying to convince Matthias to go against, what is wrong? Give me 1 second. So like I'm back. Let me read this again. Wisdom of Solomon 2:16. It says, "We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways, as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his father." Right? Yeah, when you look into history, like when you go to First Maccabees, the second chapter, they tried to, convince Mattathias to go up, by giving him worldly pleasures. Man. But you gotta, and which is Esau's blessing right now. But you have to understand, and you have to ask yourself, well, how great is our blessing if, these motherfuckers want us to go against the Lord so bad? You know what I mean? You got to keep that in mind, man. But you got Jake that do that. You got Jake that sell out. You got Jake that to the highest bidder, man. Okay? What you had Jake back then, that sold out. You can read it in the first chapter. Okay? And start, going into the ways of the heathen, which you have Jake doing that now in America, man, to the utmost. Okay? But guess what? It's punishment for that. That's where you get to 2/3 at. Okay? But it's punishment, man. It's punishment for that. For those who really the Lord didn't select. You know what I mean? You're not getting away with nothing. Scriptures say what? The Lord's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Beholding all the ways of men, man.